Welcome to Monday Hockey. It's Monday, November 22nd. That's right. And there are some hockey games today. How many, you say? Not too many, but a few. There are 6. We'll talk about it in a second. But let's talk about yesterday because I didn't do a hockey recap video. All I can say is the number 1 pick of the day goes down. Washington scores inverted. Wrong way. Seattle puts up goals. I'll tell you what, my son who took the shot of the day, whenever I'm at a hockey rink and I'm doing a hockey video, we take a shot of the day. His shot of the day lost, so he's going to have to prove himself before I let him shoot again. I'll be hitting the targets from now on. I hit the post in the Islanders one when we were in Fredericksburg a couple weeks ago, so I'm on a run. He scored and the Caps lost. By the way, if you're also keeping track, whenever I do a video from the practice facility of the team that is playing that day, usually that team is on the road, which is why the practice facility is open for old men like myself to go play stick and puck. But I've lost every time. I did it with the Caps 2 or 3 times. I did it in Vegas once, and Vegas got crushed. If I go to the rink and the team is not there, they're losing. I guess that's what happens. So awful. Parlays killed. Round Robins killed. Capitals eaten by the Kraken. Rest of the games, there were actually some good things in a lot of the other games, except like the other upset down here. Arizona, sorry, this needs to be refreshed. This is 2-1 Arizona wins over LA. That's funny. But Chicago wins on underdog line. Toronto wins as predicted on a reasonable line. They moved to the number 1 pick of the day after the scores went in. Calgary wins on an underdog line. Okay, this was kind of like almost a no margin, but the scores were always favoring Calgary. And the Rangers win as predicted, but barely, 5-4. And Tampa Bay wins, but Minnesota comes back and covers 1.5. So there were some interesting things in here, and it was kind of an okay day. But the Caps, man, that's what happens when I show up at the rink. All right, so today, the 22nd, here we have 6 games. And I haven't looked at anything yet, so don't listen to me too much. But we'll go through the games real quick. I do want to kind of adjust the margin to not reflect the 15 days as much and go 30-50, and I'll probably work on that at some point. So Columbus and Philly, almost a toss-up game. I'm sorry, Columbus and Buffalo. Almost a toss-up game. Let's hide the final score. Let's bring this over. Let's see what we can shrink here so we can see everything about there. Because I think, actually we have 45 days now. How about that? Or at least more than 30 days, I should say. All right, so toss up here, and the lines are kind of agreeing with that, but Aaron Dell going for Buffalo's trouble. That favors Columbus, I feel like. Vegas and St. Louis. Heavily favoring Vegas as an underdog. Adjusted projected score. This is the power projected score. Really likes Vegas. Vegas playing well. I'm not practicing at their rink today, so maybe they'll win. That's what that says. Number 3 pick of the day. Anaheim and Nashville. Here, of course, like in Anaheim, a very impressive team on many levels. And underdog, wow. Against Nashville, a team that just lost to like Montreal 5-0 or something yesterday. That happened? Didn't that happen? Or 2 days ago? A generous underdog. I'm surprised that's not the pick of the day. Money-wise, I feel like that's the pick of the day. Look at that. Playing better. Nashville's been playing okay, but Anaheim playing really good. And an underdog line. Pittsburgh and Winnipeg. Almost even money. Close game. This is one of those where it wants you to bet the tie. If you think about that. Margin under 10%. Projected score 3-3 again. So there's that. Because those lines, it doesn't really know who wins the game. Ottawa and Colorado. Big, huge favorite, and so does Vegas agree with that. Thinks Colorado's back on scoring a lot of goals and being the Colorado we remember. But the line's unbettable, so, I mean, even taking them -2.5. You start taking teams -2.5, you hate your life. Ottawa might slow it down. It likes the over in this game. I guess there's that, right? That kind of makes sense. Carolina and San Jose to round out the night. I would think Carolina. Yeah, number 2 pick of the day. Line is I mean, it's in San Jose. Look at how well just Carolina's just saying that they are a good team. Didn't they just beat Anaheim? Is that what happened? I think so. Yeah, they are good. So I like that as strength wise as the number one pick to win. Who's the number one pick? Colorado. Oh yeah, because of Ottawa. But as you can see, the line is just drastically better for Carolina, which also has an enormous big margin. So it's so tough. Like, boy, Vegas. I mean, minus 340 in a hockey game means you actually take Ottawa plus like 1.5. Like, because the hockey team sees this and they're like, all right, we better get ready. Colorado's on fire, so we better get into a defensive shell. It's almost like, reading what's supposed to happen. Ottawa has to start playing a certain way, unless they're not going to try to go outscore out Colorado at home. That's a craziness. Anybody in their right mind would not try to do that right now, I guess. So anyway, that's the hockey update. Yeah, I mean, good luck. All your picks be winning.